Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today, it is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So this particular scheme, it is about insurance for the crops. Okay, so what is this scheme all about? Let's understand in this particular lecture. Alright. So see, first let's understand what is the basic role of insurance in our life, right? So it gives us a security, especially during the time when we have nothing or we are at the verge of having nothing, right? So we have that support in form of insurance, the investment we do initially, so that during the worst time we have something in our hands, right? So now if we talk about the agriculture sector, there are two things were happening. First of all, due to the uncertain climate, crops, they were dying, right? So either the farmer, they did not have any money. One was this thing. Second thing, what was happening was the new generation, they were now shifting from agriculture because of the same factors, right? Even though they do everything right, even though they are working 7-8 months, all dedicatedly, but at last if something bad happens, they do not have anything in their hand, right? So that is why this insurance cover for the crops was also included, was also introduced, so that the farmers, they can take that risk. So the farmers, they can take the risk of doing agriculture again, and if something bad happens, they would at least have something in their hand in the form of insurance. Okay, so this Pradhan Mantri or Prime Minister Fasal Bima Yojana, that was actually, there was initially a scheme. So this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, it replaced it. And what was the name of the scheme? So that was the National Agriculture Insurance Scheme and modified NAIS. That is the scheme only, right? So some modifications were done, and then this was reintroduced as Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in the year of 2016. Okay, so this is its launch year. Now it comes under which ministry? So that is quite easy to understand, because it is talking about farmer. So that is why it falls under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. But if we're talking about insurance, so it must be provided by some agencies, right? So which will be the implementing agency for this particular scheme? So see, for that we have our general insurance company, whichever are there in India, they will be implementing the this particular scheme. Okay, so this is the basic that you should know. Okay, and now let's move ahead and look at some other important features of this. Okay, so see the aim of this scheme. So what is the aim? So see, the aim is to support sustainable production in agriculture sector. Okay, so why, how sustainable production? Because see, the farmer, first of all, he would take that risk that yes, that we can grow actually crops. Okay, so that is one thing. So in this way, we are in a way promoting agriculture sector, we are promoting people to do agriculture. Secondly, if something bad happens, the farmer would still have money, and in fact, this will give the farmer confidence that if next year also if something bad happens, at least there would be something for them, right? So this is to promote the agriculture sector. The aim is, okay, now objectives, how these things will be achieved. Providing financial support to the farmers suffering crop loss damage. Okay, so financial support will be given. That is the basic role of insurance, right? So providing financial support. Next is about stabilizing the income of farmers. How the farmer income will be stabilized? Because see, what is the source of income for a farmer? Crops, right? So if they die, so how will the farmer earn anything, right? So then at that time, this insurance money will give him something in return of that crop, even if that was a failure crop. But they will get this insurance in return, and that could be used for the family purpose also, and for future farming also, right? So stabilizing the income. Second is encouraging farmers to adopt innovative and modern agriculture practices. Because see, farmer usually they follow traditional methods, they do not take much risk. Moving towards innovations and more, other agriculture all the practices that would require a risk, right? That is a step ahead. So if the farmer have assurity, he may take that risk, right? So in this way, innovative agriculture practices will also be encouraged, and then ensuring credit worthiness of the farmer. Okay, crop diversification and enhancing growth and competitiveness of agriculture sector. That means the same thing only. Okay, we are talking about growth and competitiveness. We are talking about credit worthiness of the farmers with the help of these crops. Okay, with the help of the insurance that the farmer will get against these crops. Next, let's talk about beneficiaries. So, who will be benefited from this scheme? So, that is easy to understand. All the farmers, even they are sharecroppers or tenant farmers. Who are tenant farmers who do not have their own land. Okay, they work on someone other's land. So, even they are also eligible for. So, anybody, any farmer who is doing this business of agriculture is eligible for Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Okay, but there is a catch that this insurance is not for all the crops. This is for some notified crops. So basically, the insurance company will notify that okay, we are providing the insurance on this crop. Okay, so then and also they will talk about the notified area also, that this particular crop in this area. Okay, so all the farmers will get the benefit provided they are growing that particular notified crop which is there in the insurance provided by the company. Okay, and also in the notified area. And these implementing agencies that we talked about, so state government, they are free to choose any company they want to apply this scheme through. Okay, so this about beneficiaries. And here is one more thing. Initially this scheme was compulsory for all the loany farmers who have taken loans. So they were also it was compulsory for them to be a part of this loan. But when in 2020 what happened, this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana 2.0 was launched. So there were some modifications that were done, and in that it has become being part of this particular scheme, it had become voluntary for all the farmers. Okay, so I hope you understand this difference. And let's talk about the budget allocation for this year. So for financial year of 22-23, it is 15,500 crore for Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Right, now let's look at some common key features of this scheme. So we'll start with the first one, that is talking about the premium. Right, so see, basically what would be done, government, they would be helping in this, right, because farmer they do not have that money that they would utilize it in the field instrument also, field inputs also, as well as they'll fill the premium of these insurance also, right. So for that government will help. So what will happen, a few portion of the premium would be filled by the farmer, that we will just look at, and the rest of it will be distributed between state and center government. So what does it mean? It means that this particular scheme, it is center sponsored scheme. Okay, because state and the central government, they would be having their share. Okay, so uniform premium of for kharif crops. So kharif crops, they are sown in the rainy season. So for them the premium 2% will be filled by the farmer, rest will be taken care by the governments. Okay, for rabi is sown in winter season. So that is 1.5% for rabi. And for commercial and horticulture crops, what are commercial crops? Commercial crops can be your rubber, can be tea, can be coffee. Okay, other plantation crops that are grown commercially. And horticulture crops, so horticulture includes your flower, vegetables and all that. For that 5% uniform premium will be filled by the farmer. Okay, next let's talk about the states. So have been allowed to set up their own insurance company. They can even set up their own insurance company for the same purpose also. Okay, next is, now we have talked about that it will provide some insurance, it will provide money to the farmer, but in what cases, right? So this will provide comprehensive insurance coverage against crop loss. And what type of crop loss? Pre-harvest. What is harvesting? When you cut down the yield when it is matured. Okay, so that process is called harvesting. So it says pre-harvesting. Before harvesting, something happens and all the crops, they failed to grow, right? So in such cases they'll get cover. Post harvest means once you have cut the crop and now it's ready to sell, but what happened in 2-3 days, rainfall it occurred, if something bad happens, right, within 14 days, okay, of harvesting something happens, that this scheme will be covering that also. Plus in case farmer didn't sow seed because of contingency, okay, something unexpected situation arise and now the farmer cannot sow the seed on time, okay, in that case also 25% of some will be insured, will be given to the farmer. Okay, and in fact if the particular field, it is being attacked by animals also, that has been also recently included under this particular scheme. Okay. Next is, now how will the insurance company would know that how much destruction has taken in the field, or how much is it really the failure in the field is, right? So for that, the company will be using remote sensing technologies, smartphones and drones for quick estimation of crop losses to ensure early settlement of claims, so that this all procedure it runs fast and the farmer gets the money which he really deserves. Next is 0.5% of the total premium collected. So whatever be the premium that will be collected by the insurance company, 0.5% that will be utilized for creating awareness or informing the people about the scheme, communication and education activities. Okay, so next is about the rest of the key feature, that is contribution of central government. Okay, so I told you that this is a center sponsored scheme. Okay, so what the central government will contribute? So in case of unirrigated areas, 30% will be contributed by central government, while in irrigated areas 25% of the contribution will be done by the central government, and in northeastern states 90%. So this will be the contribution of the central government for this scheme. So that is all of this scheme. If you talk about the news, so in the news it was the update that has been given that from 2016 to 21 every year 5.5 crore farmers applied for insurance, and around 21,000 crore premium has been collected, and how much has been claimed? More than 1.15 lakh. So this is the data, the update that has been given by the union minister regarding this particular scheme. Right. So here's a question for you all, the homework, that name the campaign under Fasal Bima Yojana only, which empowers the farmer through crop insurance awareness and by bringing the insurance policy to their doorstep. So this is part of your current affairs, and this is the homework for you. So these are the toppers of the last session. So I asked you about the Union Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment. Vishal said the correct answer, Dr. Virendra Kumar. Then Vardhaman, Lalit and Kurinji said the correct answer. Then Selvi, within 24 hours of the session, the PDF it is provided in the Telegram group. Okay. Then Shubham, yeah. So that scheme it is for the entrance it is 8th and 10th, because 9th and 10th are done from the same place, and 11th and 12th are done from the same place, and that is why who students who are currently in 8th and 10th they can apply for this scheme. Yes. Then Selva said the right answer, Study said the right answer, and that is all. To our new audience, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. So that is all in this. Until we meet again, if you want me to cover any scheme, you have any query, you can comment it down, and I'll meet again with another scheme. And until then, all the very best for examination, and thank you.